Stephen Stumpf for Front Stretch here with Conor Daly. Conor, you were third fastest in practice yesterday. Just talk about how this opportunity came about and how the car felt yesterday.
Honestly, the opportunity was kind of random. I like we had this program with Polka Dot, our partner here, where we were going to do a couple truck races, and we were able to we had some budget that was kind of left over from our whole package. And my manager Andrew was speaking to Sam, just like, what's possible. And when he said Indy, we were like, well, I mean, it's kind of hard to not want to go after that one. And so we were able to kind of put this program together pretty quickly, actually. The quickest deal that I've seen come together. I was in Charlotte a couple weeks ago for another seat fit in the sports car that I was driving like this week, and just went over to Sam's shop and just like started talking, and like sure enough we did the deal. So pretty cool to be able to get to do it, especially here. I love it here. I was excited to see that the Xfinity and Cup were coming back to the Oval, just because I think I missed it. I don't like. I also love the road course, but I don't like. Sometimes there's something cool about seeing the stock cars just wide open on the Oval too. So here we are.
I believe this is your first start in a stock car on the Oval. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in an Xfinity car. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the Daytona 500, but that doesn't really count because I was kind of just driving around.
But how did it feel? Because obviously the speeds, if you look at average times, it was about 70 miles per hour slower than the Indy 500 pole qualifying.
It's just a different art form. Like I was just talking to Bob a little bit, Bob Pockers, about it. Like it's a obviously much less downforce, much less power, but like because there's not a ton of banking here, right? And every corner is different. It's a bit of a different battle per corner. It's kind of a fun challenge because like you're almost flat in some of the corners, and then you have to lift in a couple, but you have to time the lifts perfectly. So it's actually, as a driver, quite a challenge because with these cars, from what I've learned in my 50 minutes in the car, like if you miss it, it's like a big penalty. Like if you just get a little bit too tight, like it's a big penalty. So that's kind of like, it forces us to work really hard on just perfecting everything, turn-ins, and like that's where I think track experience helps me a little bit here probably.
And you've also been doing double duty this weekend as you were at the IRP yesterday for the truck race. I know, unfortunately, that didn't work out the way you guys had the flat tires. But, what was that experience like? And being able to be back with Nice for a couple more races this year.
Honestly, man, last night was fun until it wasn't. But we had a great run going on like really about the middle of the race after the second stage, I think. We restarted and we passed like 10 cars. And like my spotter was pumped up, we were all jazzed up. Even like my crew chief was pumped, and then the right front started going down. So it was like I don't know how it happened, but we weren't the only one. Like Corey Haim had it go down too. So like clearly there was something going on out there. But yeah, learned a lot, man, and still finished the race. So we got a lot of experience. Hadn't done a short track before in a stock car, so that was a huge learning experience for me.
And then last week you were also in Iowa, kind of late substitution for Jack. What was it like getting up to speed and just, what was the repaved Iowa like? Because obviously it was very much not like anything we've seen before.
Yeah, I mean, it was fast. I've never, like the physicality of Iowa now, like with how fast we were going is like absurd. Like the with how much downforce we have, and even though we had pretty low downforce package on, it was a challenge, man. So I hope we can find just a tire and downforce package that maybe suits the track a little bit better in the future. I don't believe it's the track's like fault, right? Like I think we can make something work at that track. It's just a matter of testing. We just got to figure out, hey, what's the best tire? What's the best downforce package we can come back from? Because like when it's clean, like at the start when you're two by two, you could run up there. Problem is we create such a small debris field offline that we're going so fast that you need all the grip you can get to try to go too wide. So it was interesting, but definitely need to for on the IndyCar side, they definitely, I'm sure they'll try to work on a different package for next year.
I think both on IndyCar and the NASCAR sides, they've been, they'd like to maybe see the rest of the track get repaved. Is that something you'd like to see yourself?
I don't know. I mean, I loved watching the NASCAR race there. I thought it was great. So I'm not really sure if it, like, if they want the entire track repaved, like that's, if you're going that high on the corners, like, I mean, you might be in trouble already. But yeah, we'll see. It's such a great track that I feel like there definitely needs to be something that maybe is just a small fine tune to the package.
And then also, switching gears a little bit, you're one of the few drivers with diabetes type 1. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so just, for people that may not be aware, can you talk about kind of the difficulties that other people that it would take to be in the car and doing all the training?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I mean, like for me, I've had type 1 diabetes since I was like 14. So like I've had a long time. My old buddy Ryan Reed was in the NASCAR ranks for a while as a type 1 diabetic too. So yeah, man, I mean it's just hard. It's just about preparation. You just got to do a little bit more work than someone who doesn't have it. But I'm very strict about what I do to be prepared for the race. The teams know, people know we got drink bottles that we need in there. So everything that we do is all about preparation, and never have I had a problem. So it's always like when you know your body, it doesn't change. So that's nice unless something is severely broken. But I've so far been not broken. So other than my pancreas, that's broken, but that's all right.
sorry to hear that. But
all right.
But also, so obviously you're full time for IndyCar for so long. Obviously, it's kind of you race in the Indy 500 top 10 there. You're doing a couple NASCAR starts. Kind of it's the goal to try and be back in IndyCar full time no matter what. Or are you trying to just splurge out and get as many opportunities at any places as you can?
I mean, to be honest with you, in my heart, I have so much that I want to do in IndyCar still. But I also that world has kind of it's been a bit of a painful experience at times. So there seems to be a lot of opportunity elsewhere in the world of racing, and if I can come in here into the NASCAR realm and just show, hey, this guy might be worth some time or effort to maybe do some races with, that would be really cool. I love motorsport. Like I watch everything. I enjoy everything. Yeah, I'm an IndyCar guy at heart, but like I love like seeing what AJ Allmendinger has done with his career is a very inspirational thing, right? Because like he was so good in open wheel cars, and this guy is so good in this realm as well. So, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I mean, I would love to think that there is an opportunity if obviously it's all funding related, but like if we were able to get the funding together, I mean, I would love to see what a full-time opportunity in the Xfinity Series would be like, or the Truck Series. So we'll just see. But obviously I can't control my own destiny until we have the supporters behind us that can let us do that.
Yeah. Well, you can't control us today, and what result today would be I mean, obviously everyone wants to win, but what result today would be considered a success to you?
Honestly, I don't know how to put that into perspective. I really don't. Like I don't put numbers on it, because like for me, just getting to the end of the race is a huge accomplishment because you learn the most, and like you could be ready for whatever happens next. But if we've got a fast car and we just get through all the stages and kind of are in the position on the lead lap at the end to be top 10, top 15, like that would be insane, right? But even like when you see how good this series is, like to come in for a first time and be like, hey, top 20 is actually pretty cool too. You know what I mean? But I obviously don't know. I just don't know what to expect yet.
And then the last question I had for you was, you think you can make it back to Toronto this weekend like that one guy on Twitter thought?
No Toronto this weekend. People thought it was going to be wild, like a triple. Don't think that's possible. So there is a Sunday morning warm-up, but I'm going to go ahead and say I'm out on that.
All right, well, thank you for your time, Connor.
I'm Caleb Barnes with FrontStretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.